Okay, guys, going over the area for triangles. This is from the mini lesson. Okay, remember when we have all three sides, we have to use Heron's formula, and that's where you find the perimeter and then divide it by 2. So I can just do 5 plus 6 plus 9 and divide that by 2. Okay, this is going to give me 20 over 2, which is going to give me 10. Okay, so that's half of the perimeter. Now we have to take 10 and we have to plug it into that square root formula that I gave to y'all on the board. But I'm gonna write the formula out with the numbers but not with the letters. So you'll have to look in your mini lesson if you want the actual formula. Okay, so first thing we do, we put 10 right here. And then it's basically 10 minus every side in parentheses. So I can do 10 minus 9, 10 minus 5, and 10 minus 6. And I probably didn't need a square root that was that long. I just wanted to play it safe. Okay. And so when we do that, we're going to, if you put it in the calculator, you're going to get 10 square root 2 or 10 square root 2, or you're going to get 14.1. Okay? And when it gives you all 3 legs, that's very simple. Plug it straight into the calculator and you got it. Okay? Give me 1 second. Let me go ahead and get the other question pulled up. Okay, right here, when you have a side angle side property like we do in this triangle, we actually have a side, our angle, and another side. When we have that, we can do the law of sines area formula, which is just 1/2 A times B times sine of C. Okay. And all I got to do is take what I have on this triangle and then plug it in. The letters on the outside, they can be A, B, C. The placement of them is arbitrary. It does not matter what letters are what. We use the 2 sides and the angle that's in the middle that gives us our side angle side. So when I plug this in, I have 1/2 times A, which it could be 12 or 7. Order does not matter because we're multiplying. Times 12 times sine of the angle that's in between 12 and 7, which is 40. And then when you put that in your calculator, you should get 26.99 or 27. Okay? So these first 2 were very easy. You plug it straight into the formula. The next triangle, we're actually going to have to apply the actual law of sines and then use that, and then use one of the area formulas. Okay, so give me a second. Let me get that drawn for you. Okay, and I can put letters anywhere. Remember, letters don't matter. That's all it is it's just naming an angle or an actual leg length. Properties, we should know what information goes where the legs go and where the angles go. So remember, we're going to have to use the law of sines, which is A over sine A, B over sine B, and C over sine of C. Okay, so in this triangle we have, here's our little A, our little B, and our little C. So looking at this, we know we're going to have little c over sine of capital C, so we're going to use that proportion. I'll go ahead and plug it in. We're going to have 8, which is little c, over sine of 34, which is capital C. We have to use it because it has a number on top and bottom. Okay. Now, looking at this triangle, it's not telling us which leg or angle to find. That is completely up to us. We're trying to set up this triangle so that we can either use Heron's formula or the law of sines area formula. Okay, so we either want all three legs or we want two legs with an angle in the middle. By what I'm looking at with this triangle, the 1/2 AB sine C would seem much easier, so that's what I'm going to do. So I'm actually going to solve for capital A. So I'm going to have little 8, which is little, 8, which is little a over sine of A. Okay, now I'm going to cross multiply like the formula tells us to. So we just have 8 times sine of 34 equals 8 sine of A. We need to isolate this sine of A, so I just divide both sides by 8. Now the 8 crosses out. Now this, when we put it in the calculator, we're looking for an angle, so we need to hit second sine and then put that part in the calculator so it gives us our angle. When we do that, it's going to give us our angle. It's not on my mini lesson, so I don't know what number to write because I'm actually doing this video at home. So I'm going to call this number X. We're just going to put an X right there for A because the property still is the same. Okay, so now I have angle A and angle C, but I don't have two legs with an angle in the middle, so I need to find angle B. Well, we know inside of a triangle, all angles have to add up to be 180. So I can just do 34 plus X, okay, get my answer, and then do 180 minus the answer to 34 plus X, okay? I'm making this number up simply so you can use it, okay? Let's say that X was 16. Okay. That's probably not what the calculator gave us, but I'm just making that number up. So now I can do 34 plus 16. That's going to give me 50. Now I do 180 minus 50. That gives me 130. So I can take 130 and plug it in where B is. Now I have my two legs with an angle in the middle. So now I can do 1/2 8 times 8, which is 1/2 AB sine of C, sine of 130 degrees. Put that in the calculator, and then it will give you your answer, which is the area to this triangle. Okay? And on the worksheet I gave y'all today, all of the problems, you got to do the law of sines. You should only have to do it once. Okay? And then the other steps you do should be basic triangle steps like adding the angles, subtracting them from 180, vice versa, stuff like that. Okay. Thank you. Y'all have a good day.